Hello, my posse. Hello, all my subscribers. Thank you so much. Well, I guess my posse is my subscribers, isn't it? Duh, what a way to start out. Anyway, thank you so much for coming over today. I so appreciate you. A little update on my health, and the rest we're going to just do a little bit of chit-chatting because I've had an awful lot of time to sit down and reflect on my life and all of your lives too. I'm sure you've all been in the same boat as me. With life and experiences and tragedies and woes and finances and coming to grips with things that are thrown at us. And God, as we get older, we got insurance woes because they don't listen to us sometimes. And so just a lot of things that happen through your life, and how do we get here and stay positive? So we're going to chat a little bit about that. Now, if I just remember everything that I said, so we can chit-chat about them, I'll be in good shape. But so far, the mind is good. I don't know, though. Anyway, I want to first thank Dolores, the baking diva, for giving updates for me. You know, that girl is like a sister to me. I just sometimes wish we lived in the same state as a lot of you that email me, and we've become friends. But Dolores has just been the most wonderful person to me. She's been really wonderful giving you all updates, because I know sometimes I just can't get to the video and record. Some days I feel good, some days I don't. And she's so wonderful of giving updates. So Dolores, I love you. And, she set up my GoFundMe, and I love her. I so appreciate that, and appreciate all of you, of course, for that. And we're going to talk a little bit about finances too as we progress. It might be a little long video, so I hope you grab your tea. Gosh, since I've been sick, I have bought so much tea. I don't want to forget where I was at now. I bought what did I buy? I bought immune tea for your immune system. I bought ginger tea because somebody said ginger was good for you. I bought smooth moves for your bowels. I mean, they have tea for everything, they have tea for preventing sore throats. I mean, you can just sit down and drink tea all day, which would be wonderful, except you'd be up peeing all night. So what else is new? But anyway, so I've been a big teetotaler now since I've had time to sit on my couch there. But anyway, I don't know where I was going with this, but I want to thank Dolores for updating you and for helping me and being so supportive. And I haven't looked at her channel yesterday or today because I've been really kind of swamped here getting insurance things taken care of. But she's almost at 10,000. So a big gift from me to her would be to have you go and support her and let her hit 10,000. She's worked so hard at these videos, so hard, and gone through so much with the loss of her husband, which we're going to talk about the losses if I remember, and I can cut this short. But she's been wonderful. So, sis, I love you. Thank you so much for everything that you've done for me, and thank you, all of you, for praying for me. Oh my gosh, I can't even begin to tell you the power in prayer. I can't even. I can't even begin to tell you. It's just been amazing to have my doctor tell me, after being in stage 4 breast cancer, and have him tell me that I'm in remission is great. And I saw my radiologist yesterday, and he's pleased with my health, and he says I'm like a walking miracle, which I guess I am. The only problem that I have now is this jaw that needs surgery, and I'm a little afraid of this. I got to tell you, I try not to let things get me down, but this jaw's really got to me. This Zometa that they gave me for bone cancer has destroyed the jaw, and it is, I don't know, it's rotting away. What could I say? I don't know. What's another word for rotting? I don't know. But anyway, I have to have surgery on it. They have to debride it. I'm a little afraid of this. But again, it's an insurance company reject, deny on the tests that I need for this surgery. So now I have to fight the insurance companies. And, I had them deny before my PET scan. And by the time they approved it, my cancer had spread a little. So, you know, we fight the insurance companies as we get older, like we don't have enough to do. Let's get on that one first real quick. And I don't know, did I thank you all for coming over? I don't know, that was like 5 minutes ago, 6 minutes and 10 seconds ago. But thank you so much for coming and sitting down and having a tea. Maybe I was saying have a cup of tea with me while we chat. But anyway, yeah, as we don't have enough to worry about, you know, we take care of things when we're older. We have our health that we take care of. We have our face and hair and ourselves that we have to take care of. And then we have our insurance companies that we have to worry about. Are they going to pay? Are they going to deny? Are they going to charge us an arm and a leg for co-pays, insurance, deductibles? Like, where are we supposed to get the money? I hear my husband just came in. Hi, honey.
Hi.
What did you say our Social Security raise was this year?
2.5.
We get a 2.5 Social Security raise. Yippee! And everything went up 12.5. So you can't get ahead. What are you going to do? But yeah, it's just, you know, some of my PCP co-pays went down. My specialties went down $5, yippee. And everything else, my co-pays for CAT scans and MRIs, which, you know, I have many of those, went up to $220 co-pay per one. So that did not make me happy. Last year it was $160. So we can't, you know, we try and we can't get ahead. And I mean, praise be the people that are still 70, 80 and are working and collecting a paycheck. I wish I could do that. This I guess is my only other source of working. And you know, we don't make any money on YouTube. I'm just here to chat with you, and hope that I get enough views to buy a carton of milk. But seriously, you know how hard it is, and it's just insurance companies are just, I mean, I've had a good one. I can't complain. My co-pays for my medication, my Medicare Part D is pretty good. I don't want to promote anybody because I'm sure there's a lot of good ones out there that you have that are better than others. I'm not sure that they're that spectacular this year. So anyone that you get that helps you, that your co-pays are low or lower, grab it, because it's just a thorn in your side when you have to worry about that. And you know, like financially, it's been a real struggle for us. And I've had a lot of issues in my life with finances and stuff. And I don't know, I'm going to get sidetracked for a minute, but I don't know if I've told you. I did do a video on this, oh my gosh, a while ago, I do believe. But back in the 2004, 2005, babe? When everything crashed, the housing crashed, the economy took a dive and everything. And Denny and I had a house that we made quite a bit of money on, and we bought another house, and we put, which we shouldn't have, we put the money down on the new house to keep our payments low and to keep us functioning and all that kind of stuff. And then the market crashed. And then our house went down the tubes, and we lost every penny of our money that we had put in that house from our other house that would have been my retirement. It would have been provided us with a nice retirement. We lost everything. We lost our cars. I was able to keep one car. We had two. I was able to keep one car. They allowed me. Nobody would help me. Nobody would help us. It was devastating. We still had to pay off many, many things. So it was a struggle. I mean, we had to move out of our house. It was tearful. We lost everything. I was trying to work, and Denny was, unloading the house and throwing it in dumpsters, and he would call me at work and say, "What do you want me to do with this barbecue grill?" And me, I'd say, "Throw it out, throw it out." So he just kept throwing out and throwing out anyway. Long story short, if that's possible with me, we lost everything, and we had to start all over again. And we were in our 60s. And luckily, my daughter at the time took us in. We moved into her basement. We were able to save a little bit of money. And we were able to purchase this house because the market had still crashed. So the housing market, you could buy a house pretty cheap back then. So we were able to purchase this house and have this house built pretty cheap. which today we couldn't do. So we got a little bit lucky, thanks to my daughter for taking us in. But it was a struggle. I mean, it's a struggle. So we've all been through those money struggles. How we come out of them, I don't know, but we managed to. And it is, only money, and it's only material things. And they once told me, my son told me that money doesn't buy happiness, it only buys material things, and it's very true. It doesn't buy happiness. And so we managed to get by, and it's been a struggle, but here we are, So then we get over the finance deals, but I was saying, then we've never had that pocket of money, I guess is what I'm saying. We've never had that pocket of money to save for the things that we should have saved, because along the way we've lost it. We've made a few bucks, we've lost it. It wasn't from bad spending habits, or we had to go out and buy a yacht, or we had to go buy some fancy Cadillac or anything, but it just didn't come our way. And so we managed, my husband and I, thank goodness that our love and support, we managed to get through things, and here we are. So we live a contented life, but it's a struggle paying the bills. And we've thought about this because I've had a couple of you ask me, we've talked about this before, about downsizing, and we did talk about downsizing, but have you looked into senior housing lately, which is another thing, a woe when you're a senior, to try to find something that, hold on, I'll be right back. So yeah, I was gone longer than I thought. It was my husband's doctor calling, but anyway. So anyway, what I was saying is, if you've ever tried to price, maybe some of you are in senior housing, I don't know, maybe you're lucky enough to be able to afford it, or it's not so expensive. But here in Michigan, they do not take care of their seniors, let me tell you. I mean, they're like $3,000 to $4,000 a month rent for senior housing. I mean, who can afford that? I remember we were so distraught because we were going to sell our house, and we just had to get out, and everybody was saying downsize, get out of your house, mom, dad, move into a smaller senior place. So like I say, we were going around looking at different places. Some had 1 bedroom, some had 2 bedroom, and a kitchen and a bathroom and a little patio, and some had no kitchens because they wouldn't allow you to cook in them, because you had to buy their food plan for the month. You had to eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner in their kitchen. So they didn't allow you to have stove and refrigerators, or they allowed you to have refrigerators, I guess, in case you had breast milk. I don't know. But I mean, you couldn't have any food, you couldn't cook. So anyway, I said to her, well, it was $4,000 a month. And this was like back in, when we lost everything and we were distraught. Well, no, it was like after we bought this home. And it was a couple years after, I think, when we were just trying to think of what we were going to do, because things weren't working out financially. Of course, you go through, I'm sure you've all gone through something like this in your life. I'm just telling you, you're not alone if this has happened to you. I just want you to know that there's other people, normal people like myself too, that this happens to. So I said to her, well, we got enough money to pay it for now, but what happens when our money runs out? And you know what she says to me? She says, well, then you'll just have to move from this apartment and go into another one and try to get Medicaid. And if not, maybe your children will pay for it. A lot of our tenants in here, their children are paying for their housing. What? What are you saying to me? So I said, oh, okay. And if you don't have that option, she says, well, then I guess you'll have to move and just find a cheaper place. Sorry. I'm like, sorry? Are you kidding me? But that's what she said to me. So going around to several different places all around our area, because I didn't want to move too far from the kids or anything, it was a big no. So I think my house payment here is cheaper than a senior place. So I don't know if you've been like that. And my house isn't paid off, so I don't have that luxury either of having my house paid off, or I would be in seventh heaven right now. So that's not an option for us. So I'm sure you've been in the same boat, and these are some of the woes that you go through that you don't think about when you're younger. I mean, we made money when we were younger, but did we think about we were going to get older and we were going to need money to survive. I remember my son said to me, Mom, he said, you should save for retirement. And I said, my home is my retirement, and it would have been my retirement had I not lost it all. That my house would have been our retirement. But unfortunately, it took a dive, and we went down the dive with it. So those things happen in life. And, here I am, 81, and I'm still smiling. Can you see that smile? See it? But anyway, life happens with things along the way that you just have to get over the hurdles of it. And, I see these kids on the street, not kids, but I see like 20, 25-year-old, 30-year-old people, just having big fancy cars, and they can't wait to get out to the stores or in the stores, and they're puffing on their cigarette till the last puff is gone before they get in the stores. And my husband always wants to hold up his oxygen tank and go, see where this is going to get you when you're 78 and 80, you see? So, you don't think about stuff. If you could say to yourself when you were younger, self, you better not smoke. Self, you better put aside a lot of money. Self, you better, not spend so much money on material things. Self, you better not. Self, you'd be in good shape. But we don't do that. And I guess there's pros and cons and goods and bads about that, because I can't say, I remember once, here I go, sidetracked. I remember once my mom had a neighbor, and I remember her name was Mrs. Bloderdorf, and I was probably 12. And she'd come over to the house all the time, and my mom would show her new couch, because my mom was just, she was a couch freak. Pennsylvania coming out. Couch freak. And she'd buy new couches all the time. So she bought this new couch, and Mrs. Bloderdorf came across the street, and my mom showed her the new couch, and she said, oh, that's so nice. She says, my husband won't let me buy anything. And my mom said, really, why? And she said, oh, no, he says we have to save every penny for retirement. I can't buy any. I've had the same furniture since we got married, and I think then they were married like 25 years, which was like an eternity when I was 12. And so she says, I'm not allowed to buy anything. No, we were saving for retirement. And we went, oh, gee. My mom said, oh, well, that's a good thing, I guess, So anyway, and which is a good thing, So, but she wanted to go. Her kids were out of state. He wouldn't let her travel. So I guess right about a month after that, Mr. Bloderdorf passed away from a heart attack suddenly. And Mrs. Bloderdorf sold her house, and she sold all her furniture. She gave it away. And she was taking trips. She went to see all her kids. I think she had 5 kids, and 3 of them, I think, were in other states. She spent her money. She said, I'm having fun with my life until I die. So, there's pros about saving money and cons about saving money, I guess. Because, you don't want to give up so much that you get older and you go, why didn't I? I had a terrible life. I didn't spend any money. I didn't do the things that we want. Denny and I have always said, if God forbid we should pass tomorrow, we've done so many wonderful things together. We've done things with our children that we didn't say like, well, I can't go to Disney World because we're saving for retirement. You think a 7-year-old kid cares about that? I don't think so. So, we managed to do what we managed to do. And yeah, 81 and almost 80, it catches up to you. But I wouldn't change my life for anything. That's the key. You got to look back and think, would you change anything in your life? Would you seriously not do this, not, you got to think about things where you're at and be grateful for where you're at today. Regardless of where you're at, you have to be grateful for it. And I think my kids can attest to the fact that they had a good childhood. They weren't wanting for anything, which is why I'm broke today. No, but we enjoyed things. And should we have saved? Yeah, probably put some. Probably if I'd have put $10 a week away, I'd probably been in better shape than I am now. But it's when I call, what do they say? Call 1-800 where. But it's life, and we all go through these things in life, and it there could be worse. And then of course the worst thing is death and losing someone that you love. See if I can get through this. That's worse than I think anything. When I lost my son 3 years ago, I didn't think life could go on. It was a tragedy. Nothing can compare to the loss of a child. Hold on. I did do a video on my son Jeff, but you got to get through these things, and you go, how am I going to get through these things? How am I going to do this? But you do. And, you know, life goes on. You pick up the pieces with the people that you have left that need you. You know, just because, I'm not saying just because, but when a child passes, you still have other people that depend on you, and you have to stand strong and support them because they're hurting too, and go on. And you think that you can't do it. It's just like Dolores had just lost her husband before the holidays. It's tough on her. But all of you, some of you I know, because you've told me that you've lost your husband, and you've told me that you've lost your child. I had beautiful, beautiful comments when I posted the video about my son. So I know some of you are experiencing the same thing as me. So I think, you know, you think about all these things that you've been through in life, but you never experience one of your children not being here when you're older. And I always say that with your prayers that you gave me back when Jeffrey passed away were amazing to me. They helped me get through a lot, believe me, a lot. So I have you all to thank for that. And I'm so glad that that we saw him the week before he passed away. We spent 2 weeks in Nashville. And he didn't want us to go. And he kept saying, we were only going to stay for the weekend. He goes, no, Ma, I want you to stay longer. You don't have to go back. You're retired. You don't have to go back. And we'd say, yeah, we'll stay longer. We drove, so it wasn't a matter of flights. So we ended up staying, I think, 10 days. I can't remember now, and we left, and I never thought that would be the last time I would see him. And I just got home, got settled, and then the next day I got the call that he had passed. So God works in mysterious ways, and I guess it was an impromptu kind of trip, and we weren't even planning, and he wanted us to come. So I don't know, maybe he knew something, that I didn't, I don't know, but I'm so grateful that I got to spend 10 full beautiful days with him, touring Nashville, having a good time, boating. I got to spend time with my grandson, who's my firstborn grandson, and so we had a good time. And you know, his wife has moved on, and it was tragedy for her. I can't just think of me, although I'm the mother, so naturally you do. But she's taken it very hard, and she still is. So it was 3 years in August, and here we are. But life throws us these things. And at 81, I'm thinking, I would have never thought any of this when I was young and carefree and raising my kids and having fun. And life just throws you things that you don't even expect that they're going to throw you. So you just go on, you know, you think of memories, you think of good times. And I don't have any regrets raising my kids. I don't have any regrets like, oh, I should have done this with them, or oh, I should have done that, or I shouldn't have spanked them, or, well, I didn't spank them that much, but you could back then. You can't today. They'll call, hello, is this Catholic? Is this Protective Services? But you know, I mean, I was never a big spanker anyway. But yeah, I put them in their place. I was tough. I was a tough love mom. But my son used to always say, Mom, if you wouldn't have been like that, I'd have probably been in jail. Because he was, oh my gosh, my Jeffy was just the wild child. He was just, I never knew where he was going. When he left the house, I never knew where he was or if he was coming back that night or the next morning. Sometimes I'd wake up and I'd find him sleeping on the porch. Yeah, he was that kid. But I miss that kid. And wherever he's at, someday I'll see him. And I can't wait. I mean, I'm not ready yet, but I can't wait to see him. So then, you know, life throws you that. Then you get free and you get, you know, empty nested, and then you have grandchildren and you have all this fun with grandchildren. Oh, they are the best, aren't they? I mean, aren't your grandchildren just the best? You're nodding your head, shaking yes with your cup of tea, I hope. You need some smooth moves at this time. Smooth moves at this time. This is the time. Anyway, then your kids give you grandkids, and unfortunately my oldest son lives in Arizona, so I didn't get to see those grandkids as much as I did Jeff's, which was in Nashville, because Nashville was only 8 hours from my house, and it was an hour flight, and I'm not a big flyer, so that was okay. So we got to see him a little more than I do my grandkids in Arizona. But my daughter stayed here, and it was wonderful. And I helped raise her 2 kids. And Hayden and Bella, you know, they've been on my videos before. And if you'd see them now and they do a video, I got to get them to do a video with me, because they're huge. I mean, and I'm sorry for the sniffles too, by the way. I've watched some of this takes on here, and I'm just snotting away here. I mean, maybe there's a T for no snot. I don't know. I have to look at the grocery store. But anyway, you raise them. You have so much fun. I'm so blessed to have my daughter that stayed by my side with me. Her and I are like, first I'm the mom, first she's the daughter, but we're best friends. And that's the most important thing. So I got to help raise her kids, and we had so much fun with Hayden and Bella, raising them since they were born. I've been watching them. And so you go through those fun times with the kids, and you love them, and you just talk about them. You have pictures on your phone. Let me show you my grandkid. And then they grow up. And then Hayden is 17 now, Bella's 15. And then they become that they don't want to go to the zoo anymore. And they don't want to go to the climbing places anymore, and they don't want to go on picnics anymore, and they don't want to do all those cute little museums that we used to do when they were little, because they're 17 and 15 now. So, you know, yeah, so that's out. So Hayden's driving, and, you know, they don't have as much time for us grandparents as we think as grandparents that they should make for us, eh? You capiche? You in the same boat as me, huh? So yeah, they just don't make as much time for us as we feel they should. But hey, it's life. It throws you at a curve. You think they're going to be here and around you forever, and they grow up and they get their own stuff. And it's I think I told this story too. I'm running so over. But when my oldest son was 16, he was running into some issues with his girlfriend, and I tried to get him to break up because I knew she was cheating on him. And he came home, and we had this huge fight. And I said to him, "She's no good for you, no." And he's like, "I love her, and you just stay out of my bit," 16, mouth. And so he slammed the door and left, and I was hysterical. I was crying. I called my neighbor Bunny, who we're still best friends today. Hi, Bunny. She watches. And I was crying, and she comes, "I'll be right over, Babs." So she comes running over, and I'm like, "Hello, Bunny." And I told him, and it was like, and he said, and she put her arm around me. She says, "Babs," she says, "Greg is getting his own personality, and guess what? It's not yours." And I was like, oh, and I tell her to this day, and we've been friends for, God, almost 50 years. And I tell her that, that was so profound, that stuck with me for the rest of my life. And raising my kids even, I thought, and even my grandkids, I tell them sometimes what I think is right, and I go, wait a minute, that's what I think is right, that's not what they think is right. And I still do it once in a while, and I know they get mad at me, or they give me the rolling eye thing, or whoever's in the room, I get the rolling eye. And I think to myself, I should just shut up, because it's not my personality, it's theirs. And some of that stuff just carries through with you. I don't know. So, there's that. And then there's getting up your grandkids. And then you're alone. And then you have sickness. And then we worry about sickness. And then we worry about finances. And then we worry about insurance woes. And then we worry about, are we going to make it till tomorrow? Are we going to get through tomorrow? Or, oh, it's this pain. Oh, I got a headache. I must have a brain tumor. Oh, I got a shoulder ache. I probably have, I don't know, I have something going wrong with the shoulder. It's deteriorating. I don't know. Oh, that's what my jaw is. It's deteriorating, not rotting. Sorry, new word. But anyway, so everything you get, you go, So it's kind of like one of those things when you're older. And every little, my mother used to always say in Italian, tricchetta. And tricchetta meant another symptom, another pain, another something that you're getting. So we always say, "Oh, I got another tricchetta," or "Oh, I got another tricchetta." So in Italian, so my daughter and I always go, she goes, "My toothaches, I got another tricchetta." I'm like, "Oh no, another tricchetta." So, you worry about stuff like that. And then, I don't know when you stop worrying about sickness and when you stop worrying. I mean, you just live your life every day, and you live it the best way you can, and you try to be positive, because being negative, man, I can't say honestly that I haven't had a couple of negative days along the way, and then the next day I'm full of aches and pains. My body's like like sore, like I worked out at the gym, and that ain't gonna happen. But I'm sore. I think you get stress sore from being negative. And I have had a couple of days where I haven't fixed myself up, not many, and I feel worse. So I do fix myself. That's when I go to the doctors. They go, "You look so good, Babs. You don't even look sick." And I get mad sometimes at that, because I used to tell my mother that all the time. They'd say, "Margie, you look so good." They didn't believe that she was ever sick. She couldn't even tell them that she had a sickness or something was bothering with her, because she always looked so good, because she was high maintenance. So that's why I'm high maintenance, I guess. But, so I go to the doctor and they say, "You don't even look sick." And I go, "Well, maybe if I wash my face, I take my wig off." By the way, this is Onda by Ellen Villa. Maybe you won't say that so much anymore. And I still dress youthful. I don't give in to my age. Not that I'm ashamed of it. Not that I'm afraid of growing old, look-wise. I mean, I haven't had any plastic surgery to say, that I didn't like the way I look, so I had to have plastic surgery. I just used my Elafrida. And I'm telling you, since I lost 50 pounds, I have more skin than a seal. Is it a seal? Who's the one that's all wrinkled? I don't know. An otter? I don't know. It doesn't matter. And I think, oh my gosh, if it wasn't for somebody told me the other day, "Gosh, your skin is so beautiful. But I guess you're too young yet," or I don't know, she made some comment. We were in the bathroom, and I said, "Well, I am 81," and they went. So of course I went into my Elafrida spiel, and she took the number down, and she was going to call them. But I mean, that's really, outside of my neck being skinny, you can see I don't have any wrinkles here on my face or anything from losing weight. And I thank Elafrida. Thank you, Simeon, for my Elafrida. So that's my tip on how I fix myself up and how I keep my skin fresh. I don't miss a day with massaging and putting my Elafrida on. I don't miss a day, and I feel good about it. Why not? I don't have to have plastic surgery. It's Elafrida. It's moisturizer. Hey, kumbare. I'm talking with my hands again. It's all it is. So why not? It doesn't. It costs you initially to have it, but to buy it a little bit, but it's not that expensive like some in the stores, that's for sure. And it lasts forever. You only need a little bit. Anyway, off my Frida kick. Maybe she'll come over again at my next virtual party here that I'm having. Which, by the way, I'm going to do a wig review, and I'm snotting here. Hold on a minute. It's the oxygen that I use, because I am on oxygen. I do wear it during the day sometimes. And I don't need it as much as I used to, but I do have it here handy. And I think it just makes my nose run. I don't know. Maybe it's all the tea too. Who knows? But anyway, so I want you to know, I guess, that through life, what life dishes out to you, you're not alone. You're certainly not alone. We all go through it. Sometimes you don't want to tell people. Sometimes, I don't want to tell people either. Well, look at here, I told 27,000 of you. But sometimes you have to speak up. You have to embrace what God gave you. I don't even want to say what God gave you, because he didn't give you all the tragedies that's happened. They just come, and you have to deal with them. And right now I'm blessed to still have Denny, and he's sick. He still has back issues. We're praying for him. He's got to have another MRI done of his back. And we're just blessed every day. He lives for me. I live for him. And I have my daughter, and I do have my grandkids. Even though, it's a Snapchat now. Hey, how you doing? And Hayden will go, "Hi, Nana, how you feel?" I'm like, okay, because I don't want to go, "Well, I got this pain in my head, Hayden." I don't want to tell them that. But anyway, but we do Snapchat, and I do, go to their games when I can. But it's nice that they're on TV now. Hayden's high school, so some of his basketball games and football games are on TV, so we get to watch them in the comfort of our couch. So, I enjoy those things when we get them. I enjoy my daughter immensely. She's, like I said, my best friend, my biggest support. She's helped me get through so much. She's a social worker. She runs the ER department here at our big major hospital here in Oakland County. And so she is one of the best social workers that I know, and she social works me. And I'm the mom, I should be social working her, but I do give her a lot of good advice. I could have been a social worker. I really could have. I should have been. But the trouble with me is I say too much. Like, she'll send me a text like, 4 lines and get it all out. And I answer her back with a paragraph like this on the phone, and they laugh at me. But I don't know how to shorten things. I don't know. I have so much to say. And, you know, who knows when I can make something shorter. That's why shorts on here. I mean, bless you people that do shorts, but yeah, I don't do shorts. Anyway, so this is probably going to be 45 minutes long, this video. And I thank you for coming over and watching. And I hope it helps you to know that you're not alone what you're going through. And if you're going through any sicknesses, hey, man, you're not alone. We're going through them too. We're praying for you. I appreciate your prayers and everything you've done for me. And gosh, have a great, great Christmas. And don't spend too much money. That's the one thing I did do wrong, I think. Well, not really, because I gave my kids and everybody what they wanted, but I do love to spend at Christmas. I don't buy so much all year like I used to, but Christmas time, man, is just, I love Christmas. So anyway, I have my light on, so I hope it's bright enough in here for you. I love you guys. Thank you so much for coming over, and bless you all. I love you all from the bottom of my heart. And I will see you soon. I'm going to do a wig review. I was going to do it right after this one while I was dressed and everything. I figured I have the same outfit on, which is a really cute top I got from, if I can remember to link it, at Amazon. These, I bought like one in every color. They're just like ruffled. And this is like a little jump suit coverall that I bought from LuLaRoe. I don't know if you've known LuLaRoe. There was rumor that they went out of business. Some did, but I have a gal that's a dealer here, but she's a LuLaRoe dealer, and I buy all my stretch pants and my coveralls from her, and they are so comfortable, so comfortable. And I like them because they're high and they cover a multitude of things that you don't want shown. So I'll try to link the shirt if I can, if I remember. I don't know. The description box makes me crazy sometimes. I don't even know if you look at it. You can tell me in the comments if you look at it or not. But anyway, I have a couple things in there. So anyway, see how long that goodbye was? Goodbye. I love you. Merry Christmas.